So now we're on to the negative snake game. For this activity you need the coloured bead stair, the golden 10 bars, some grey bead bars for subtraction, your black and white bead stair, which is your placeholder, and then you also need a red and white bead stair, which is going to be your negative placeholder. These are negative numbers, and a set of negative 10 bars or subtraction 10 bars in case you need those too. Now this is set 7 and we lay out the snake according to the card. When you come to do this activity, your child will be a bit older. They'll be very confident with using the subtraction snake game and doing linear addition and linear subtraction, and they will also have an understanding of what negative numbers are. So you might have looked at things like the temperature. It can become -5, or you might look at banks where your money can go into negative numbers if you take more than you have. So with your child already understanding a little bit about what negative numbers are, they can now do the negative snake game. This one we do a little bit differently. We bring down the first 2 bead bars and work them out. So at this stage your child can still count along if they want to and replace with a golden 10 bar and however many beads they need from the black and white stair for the remainder, or they may be able to look at them and just go, well, I know 8 and 6 is 14, so I need a golden 10 bar and a 4 bead placeholder to make my 14, and then you put your coloured bead bars at the side. If they still want to count, that's okay. It's always good to check, but if they feel confident, then they can move on to doing it without actually physically counting. So you can put your golden bead bar back into the snake for now, and we're going to bring down the next number. So now we have here 4, positive 4, and we're going to add a negative 3. So positive 4 and negative 3, that's 4 take away 3, gives us 1, positive 1. So I bring my 1 over and put my black 4 back into the black and white bead stair, and my grey bead bar over here with the coloured bead bars ready to count later. Then I bring my next 2. So now I have positive 1 and positive 5, which gives me positive 6. And then I take the next 2, positive 6 and negative 9. So positive 6 take away 9, positive 6 and negative 9 give me negative 3. So because my answer now is negative 3, I'm taking my placeholder from the negative red and white bead stairs. Now I have negative 3 and negative 7. So negative 3 and negative 7 is negative 10. So that's when I need to use my grey 10 bar. My negative 3 goes back into the placeholder set. And now you can see we've got positive 10 and negative 10. So that gives us 0. So they can go back. And then our next 2, positive 1 and negative 2, which is negative 1. Then we have negative 1 and positive 5, which gives us positive 4. And then positive 4 and negative 8, which gives us negative 4. So this is giving them lots and lots of practice with adding and subtracting negative numbers, or adding positive and negative numbers, I should say. So now we need to use these beads to count. Our answer joins in with the coloured bead bars, whether that's positive or negative. You might have a positive answer. And then we need to see if you had any 10 bars, they would be here too. We don't have any this time. And then I need to match these coloured bead bars to the grey subtraction bead bars. So we can have 8 there, and we can have our 6 and 1 can make 7, so we can swap that for 7 and put that there. Then we need a 9 over here, so 5 and 5 is 10, so if we swap that for a 9 and a 1, we can put our 9 there. And then we need a 3 and a 2, so I can swap my -4 for a -3 and a -1. -3 can go there, and my 1s can go there. And then if they've done it accurately, these should all match up. And at this stage, it is important that they are accurate with this, and it can be quite tricky. So if they check at the end and they haven't done it, then suggest that they lay it out again and see if they can get the correct answer the next time round, because as they get older, accuracy becomes more and more important, especially in maths. So they've got a way of checking it themselves and then improving if they need to. And then when your child has had plenty of practice with the negative snake game, you can move on to the second set of linear addition and subtraction, and these ones will usually give a negative answer. So you do it in the same way, so you lay out your question line and then you choose the same beads for your working outline, and then you can see if you can find any pairs that will make things easier for you. So I can see that +3 and -3 cancel each other out, so I don't have anything underneath there because that's 0. And then I might choose to do -5 and 1, which will give me -4, and then I've got my -8, which I'm going to bring down. And then I've got -8 and -4, which I can swap for a -12, and that's my answer then, -12. And again, in the same way, they can go on to doing this on the card by crossing off things that they know. So -3 and 3 is 0, they cancel each other out, and then they can say, they might say, I know -8 and 1 is -7, so -7 and -5 is -12. So they're just finding things to help them out. And then the last step would be to write it out in their books and just to be able to look at it and write the answer down straight away. And that's the end of the snake games.